Okay. Welcome back to Super Sentai Review, episode 139. You're probably noticing, Nick, did you get another chair in the past hour? No, I just raised my chair up. That's simply the reason why I look a bit taller than I did before in the last video. Yep, so we're discussing 4 episodes this time, and yes, I will still hopefully get a chance to do a new Hair of Elaborate as soon as I put this video up, because I want to make sure I get that done inside. So, in the case of these 4 episodes, we have an episode where you have, a pretty much a useless monster who presents a comedy situation where Shuriken Blue and Green get stuck together. Yeah, that's the big thing with 37. It's a comedy episode. Though the next episode is introduction to the Bull Bazooka. Basically, it's kind of referred to as, it's similar to I think it's Samurai referred to as the Bull Bazooka, which is made by Hiro, the kid who actually gave him the the bull origami. Interesting. Apparently, he made this particular weapon, and he used it against the Rifle Squad. Now, here's the thing. Rifle Squad, they use pretty much old-fashioned muskets. They say, oh yeah, the age of firearms. What's the matter? You can't find a machine gun, a pistol. No, we have to use old frickin' muskets. I mean, what is this? Basically in the 19th century? Basically with this technology? Yeah. I mean, aside from the introduction of a new weapon, and also the final appearance of, the Secret Lantern hosting all the other Zords, nothing really noteworthy about that one. I mean, it was interesting to see all those other nameless whore holding all guns. I thought that was really cool. 39 unintentionally has sort of it starts a plot thread that will basically start the end of the actual series. Yes, the series this particular run will end with episode 49, but this is the start of that. This is basically planting those seeds, and pretty much in a way, like planting the seeds for the very end of this era. So basically, kind of say like 39 to I'd say about 43 is the beginning of is the start of the prologue to the end of the run. Yeah, simply put, the plot of this one is like, oh, let's have I come here and take a whole island hostage. Let's have them take over an island by having them turn on each other and have them all scared and all paranoid. Yeah, it's all to do with Black Ash, and also when Juzo fights Shuriken Red, he says, "You've gotten weaker. You have the smell, the fear of losing your own life." Which, that spooks him. Yes, it spooks him. And he basically, it's kind of started his downfall. You could say basically start something that will continue for the next few episodes. It does continue a little bit, mostly in the very next episode, but not much. It does keep like somewhat in the next episode. But it's interesting that we start the downfall here. Now, in the case of 40, this one is unique because with this episode 40, there's only 9 episodes left. And here's the interesting thing about this one. Now, it's revealed in this episode, of course, we have the butcher asking Akiro, please go retrieve Dayu's, her ukulele, whatever. He's like, sure, I'll go take care of that. And, of course, the Shuriken of the Bones, he basically goes along with him. He just remembers like all the past stuff, and then eventually goes, oh, here it is. You gotta give it up, and turns out that, yeah, he's actually been deceiving him all along. Yep. Why I think he's always elusive. Yeah, and also, apparently Dayu basically consents to a freaking instrument because, she kind of in the way directly made it thinks. You see, her ukulele is made from her dead fiance, who she had to kill. Well, because the fact I could tell, it seems like he had promised to marry her, but ended up marrying somebody else, which made her angry. So she pretty much killed him and his entire family. Yeah, this is kind of odd, to say the least. By the way, here's a fun fact for you. They made a change to this in Power Rangers, where, the guy she was supposed to marry was Decker. I am not kidding about that. In Shinkenger, they have no attachment to her at all, because how he became basically a corrupt one is that he became his own free will, not because. And it's kind of how they freaking explain this, it's really weird. Oh yeah, and also apparently in Samurai, he doesn't remember anything about his previous life at all. Well, in here, it's like he kind of does, but he does not know Dayu. Prior to them meeting his corrupt ones, they never met before in Shinkenger. Apparently in Power Rangers they did. Yeah, it's kind of weird, to say the least. Yep. Oh, by the way, the actor who plays him wears the same exact outfit when he's in. Despite the fact, yes, his counterpart Decker wears the same outfit as Juzu, like the same exact attire. It's like Jonathan Zacher just had to have the actor who played Cole from Wild Force wear this attire for, well, because he wore it in the Sentai footage. Let's put him in this attire for no reason, because they adapted. So adapt that freaking suit too. Yes, seriously. Heck, they even had the same facial hair. I am not kidding about that. They had Cole, well, the actor who played him, kind of grow a little bit more different how. Like, they gave him a facial hair too. He basically grew goatee is what he basically had in Power Rangers. Here, it's like here and a little bit down here, and that's simply it. But they gave him facial hair. The fact Cole was clean shaven when we last saw him in Power Rangers. Oh, by the way, some people theorize this was Cole brainwashed as a corrupt one. Yeah, that was basically a fan theory a lot of people threw out there because it's the same actor. Yeah, it's kind of weird that you have a former Power Ranger become playing a villain. Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird. But also that they've occasionally reused actors for other things. Yep. So basically, 40 is, well, then we have something completely new. Now, the Butcher is found about his exception, so he does something he's not done since prior to the series. He goes to the human world, and he starts drying out immediately. Probably due to the seal on him. Even though he's been in the Shinzo River the whole time, so he ends up basically wasting on the Rangers. Heck, Shuriken Red gets heavily injured in the battle. Then he does something. Here's the thing: he's the one who damaged her instrument, and then he fixed it using a part of his own self to basically fix the damn thing. Now this seems quite odd to say the least. Why would you have somebody damage her instrument, and then episodes later, getting toward the very end of the run, let's have him, the same guy who damaged it, use a part of his own body to fix the damn thing. Just because he misses her music. And then, of course, he goes back. He's basically forced back to the world. Of course, there was some nameless ones. By the way, this actually is, I believe, this is probably the second episode of this whole thing. No monster, which is interesting. Yeah, second time this has happened. I think the last time was the elusive basically was the first introduced, because he was kind of the monster of the episode. This one probably is the first one since then to not have an original monster. This one, so he goes back and he's dumped in the Sentai River because he's basically nearly dried out. He's basically about to basically fall apart. So he has to fall in the river, and he had the elusive one take over the ship for probably about 3 episodes before he gets taken care of. Yep. But I gotta say, really interesting episodes. You gotta say this basically with this one. It's like, the only one really interesting out of all 4 of these ones is probably episode 40. The 39 you could say is basically planting those seeds for beginning of the second to last major arc of the whole run. Yes, because if you look at it basically like 37, comedy episode, 38, introduction to new weapon, and like on the squad that I thought was quite interesting. And the final appearance of his Zora formation. 39 is mostly, like with the exception of one plot thread, it's mostly a filler episode. But they introduce something that does play a role in the very next episode. Now, they haven't done this since the duel episode, which I thought was really good. Yes. And so, yeah, that's pretty much it. Just 4 really good episodes. So yes, I'm going straight to Harem Lab next, and then hopefully get a chance to review tonight. I may not be able to do another review for Super Sentai tonight. I probably do it tomorrow. You see, I would have gotten more. I would have gotten a little bit earlier, But I got home late because the bus didn't show up. Yes. Yeah, I took the bus home. So, yes, there's that. So, that's episode review. Next one, here in my live in our world. Okay, next video. Bye.